The Room That Watches. Location: Shimla, India time, December 2008. Characters: Arav, main character; Dev, friend; and the mysterious Room 404. Arav was a 22-year-old architecture student who loved traveling to old buildings and hill stations. During winter break in December 2008, he and his college friend Dev planned a backpacking trip to Shimla. They chose a hotel that was cheap and somewhat popular among college travelers, Hotel Kalpana Heritage, a century-old building built in the British era. They reached Shimla late in the evening. As snowfall dusted the pine trees, the town looked like something out of a painting. The hotel had a grand but eerie charm: red brick walls, creaky wooden floors, and antique furniture. The receptionist, a grumpy old man with glassy eyes, handed them the keys to room 404. "Sir, it's better if you take 402. 404 is under renovation," the man muttered, avoiding eye contact. Arav chuckled. "Why? Is it haunted?" The man paused. "Some things are better left locked." But Arav insisted. He wanted a room with a balcony view, and room 404 had one. They moved in. The first night, the room had a strange smell, like burnt wood and old flowers. There were 2 single beds, an ancient dresser, and a huge mirror facing the beds. On the wall hung a painting of a woman in a black sari, her eyes slightly turned to the left, as if watching something. That night, Dev fell asleep quickly. Arav stayed up scrolling his phone. Around 1:30 a.m., he heard a knock. Talk, talk, talk. It came from the cupboard in the corner. Thinking it was rats or a breeze, he ignored it. But then the knock came again, precise, like someone using a knuckle. Curious and a little annoyed, Arav went to the cupboard and opened it. Nothing. He turned around and froze. The woman in the painting was now looking right at him. He laughed nervously. "I'm tripping," he told himself, and went to bed. Second night. The next night, the temperature dropped below 0. Dev complained of feeling like someone was sitting on his chest in the middle of the night. He looked pale and barely spoke. Arav, brushing it off, explored the hotel corridors. In a dusty hallway, he saw a door nailed shut, painted over, sealed tight. A brass plate read, "Room 404, sealed by order of HP Police, 1998. His heart stopped. He ran back to their room and checked the door. The brass number plate also said 404. But how was it possible? The third night. The descent. Dev refused to sleep inside that night. He booked a different room, saying, "There's something in that room. I heard whispers, a woman crying behind the mirror." Arav, ever the skeptic, stayed behind, determined to prove it was all superstition. He set up his phone on video mode and left it recording while he slept. At 2:43 a.m., the camera caught this. The mirror fogs up, though there was no heat or steam source. The woman in the painting turns her head slowly. A shadowy figure crawls out of the cupboard. It stands beside Arav's bed, watching him sleep. Then it moves into the mirror. The next morning, Arav checked the video. The phone was dead. Battery full the previous night. Now, completely drained. He laughed, nervous, but still trying to be rational. "Glitch," he mumbled. The breaking point Dev left for Delhi that day. Arav, stubborn and alone now, went to the receptionist. "Tell me the truth about room 404. The old man looked at him, defeated. "In 1998, a woman named Reena stayed here. She was found hanging from the ceiling fan of room 404. Some say her husband was cheating on her. Others say she practiced dark rituals. But guests who stayed here after her, they saw her in the cupboard, in the mirror. Some went mad. One jumped from the balcony. After that, police sealed the room permanently. So, how did you give me this room? The old man's eyes filled with tears. We didn't. The key I gave you was for 4:02 final night. Arav packed his bags and decided to leave. But when he tried to open the door, it wouldn't budge. The handle twisted, but the door felt like it was locked from outside. He called the reception. No signal. Then he heard the whispers, loud, all around him. Don't leave me. Stay with me. You opened the cupboard. The mirror began to fog again. Panicking, Arav smashed the mirror with a chair. Behind it was a hollow space, a tiny room with burnt candles, dried flowers, and a noose hanging from a hook. And in that space stood a woman, in a black sari, hair covering her face, barefoot. Slowly, she looked up. Her eyes were red. Arav screamed and passed out. Aftermath. He woke up 2 days later in a hospital. The hotel staff found him unconscious in the sealed hallway, outside the real room 404, which had been locked for 10 years. The room he claimed to have stayed in didn't exist. His phone was recovered. The lost video showed only static, except for one frame, blurred and shaky, where a woman's face appeared, behind Arav. He never spoke of it again, and Hotel Kalpana Heritage was demolished in 2011. But some say, on snowy December nights, people still hear knocks from the hill where room 404 once stood.